Welcome everyone, my name is GoldenEye. Today we are going to be making a automated bartering call for Minecraft 1.16 Bedrock Edition. Let's get to it. So the first thing I did was make this little platform. Now this platform is insanely big, so you don't have to make it this big. You can see the dimensions of the farm once we build it. A cool thing you could do is actually build it like in the side of a hill, maybe even up here, maybe even up in the sky. Who knows? Basically, you can build it whatever you want. It just has to be in the nether because, if you don't know this, piglins in the overworld eventually will turn into zombie piglins, and you can't barter with zombie piglins. So let's get to it. First, we're going to get some redstone components to work with. We're also going to get some wool. The wool's going to designate what part of the build we are building. There we go. Alright, so red wool is going to designate the input, where the gold is going to be coming in. The orange is going to designate where the piglins are going to go, where the piglins are going to be, and all the redstone that's going to be hooked up to distributing the gold. And finally, the yellow is going to be where the sorting system is going to go. So all the items, or most of the items the piglins drop, are either going to be sorted or going to be put in a junk chest. There we go. So yeah, let's get to building this. So we're gonna go all the way up here just to be safe, and then we're gonna build across, up like that. We'll have this over here. Actually, I'll bring that out a little bit more. So this is gonna be your input. Let's say you have gold coming in. Doesn't really matter. Let's say through here. Go like that, and then we'll get our hopper minecart going back and forth. Okay, now we have that's our input. That's our basic input. And for every other one, we're going to have a hopper. That's gonna follow. It doesn't really matter. That's fine. Gonna build one line across. Here we're going to have a hopper placed every other block, and those are pretty much gonna be where the little cubicles are gonna go for the piglins. They're pretty much gonna go under there. There, make sure everything's facing the right way. Good. Very good. I put one here too. This is expandable, so you can pretty much have it, however long you want. And then under each of these hoppers, we're going to have a dropper, and that's what the dropper is going to be used to dispense the gold for your zombie piglins. I mean, for your piglins. Sorry. Dropper here, dropper there, 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 dropper here, and dropper here. Okay. We're going to bring this down 2, and we'll bring down 1 more, and then build out. And we're going to do that the same. We're going to build a big, long row. Actually, we're going to switch out first. What did I say? Orange was where the piglins were going to go, right? So we'll get out some orange wool to designate that's where the piglins are going to go. And we can hook up the gold distribution center, I guess we can call it. So basically, if you guys haven't seen the snapshots, or if you guys haven't played in 1.16, what happens is you give a piglin a piece of gold, and they give you a random, usually nether-themed item, if you will. So the piglins, let's get out some glass. Let's see, we're not going to need a minecart just yet, so we'll get some glass. Pretty much, this is where the piglins are going to go. These are going to be their little spaces. These piglins are going to go here. We'll put glass in front of here, because we don't need to actually interact with the piglins, since it's, automated. So the piglins are just going to be completely covered in glass. That'll also stop our items from flowing out. And we'll patch all this up later. So in between both the hoppers, you're going to have 1 line of glass on the orange, and then in front of the hoppers, a block in front of the hoppers, you're going to have glass. 2 glass going up. I can actually just build across. That might just be easier. Okay. Now that we have under there, we can bring this down. We'll bring it down. What do we need? 3, so we'll bring it down 3 and then 1 across, and then you're going to grab a hopper and bring it coming down, and then you're going to do that the same thing for all of the cubicles. Okay guys, now that you put in your hoppers for all of the cubicles, Again, this is where these zombie piglins are going to be staying. They're going to drop their items into here, and that's going to feed into a sorting system. But that is going to get done a little bit later. So what we want to do is have a system that is triggered whenever something is put into a hopper. It's going to be a little hard to get in. There we go. So we can take these blocks down. Now, this wool is really just temporary. You does need to be wool. It could really be anything. Again, if I was building something in a server, I wouldn't do it in wool. I'd probably do it in stone brick, because stone brick looks really nice, especially for redstone builds. So we're gonna have a comparator coming out of each of these hoppers, and that comparator is going to go into a repeater, or with the repeaters, those are comparators. That's a redstone torch. Into a repeater. There we go. Into a repeater. Pop a repeater there, and then we're going to go one up. We're going to go there, there, and then we're going to have a redstone torch there. One more block here. Another redstone torch there. And then in front of that redstone torch, we're going to have a piece of redstone dust. Okay, and what that's going to do is every time something is dropped into here, that's going to give us a signal, and it's going to trigger that. And now we're going to do this little system for each of the cubicles. And I'll come back to you once I got that done. Alright guys, now that we've got all these little, these back redstone pieces done, we can get to the fun parts. Now we get to the actual sorting system. So we're going to take out all these blocks underneath the hoppers. And we can get our yellow well out since we're up to the sorting system now. Alright, so we're going to pull this down one. We're going to have a block gap between the hoppers and this line of yellow wool. Bring that all the way across. Okay. And then bring some power rails all the way across as well. And then you're going to want to power those powered rails on both sides. Okay. So that's gonna be coming back and forth, picking up all of the items that the piglins drop into their hoppers, and that's gonna feed into this one hopper minecart. So now we're gonna grab some chests. Now we're gonna have all of this instead of the line of like yellow wool. We're actually gonna have hoppers, and all those hoppers are going to be feeding into some chests. Okay guys, now that you have a long line of hoppers with powered rails going across, you're going to want to go to one side. I would just take the right, doesn't really matter. And instead of the hoppers facing to one side, you want them facing this way. So I'm going to bring that up. And you're going to want to have two because they're going to be facing into a double chest. And that's so it doesn't, the whole system does not get backed up, since you're probably going to have, you know, a lot of items filtering in through at one time. Alright, and now we can have these two hoppers facing into a double chest. And before we do that, I'm going to actually go up here and have a double chest filled with gold. Next we're going to have hoppers. Oh, we already have hoppers. And we are going to make an automated storage system. Okay, now you have pretty much all of these items filtering into this one chest, and you might want those items to be organized. Now, in order to do that, we are going to make an automated sorting system. So right now I want to put up on screen all of the different items piglins can drop. Alright guys, we're actually going to get rid of this top row because we don't need it. We're probably we might have to expand underneath, but that's it's a big maybe. So we're gonna have a chest coming under here, and then we want a bunch of hoppers facing this way, and we really don't want those hoppers to interact with these hoppers. So we could pull this storage system a little bit farther away just to be safe. Alright, you want to put a line of hoppers going into these chests, like that. So after you're done with this, these hoppers all facing into this chest, you're going to have two rows on top of these hoppers facing away from your input chest, which is up there. So you're going to want these 2 rows like that. Okay, once you have these 3 lines of hoppers, you can have, again, the bottom ones running to the chest, and then these 2 top ones are running to the left, away from your input chest. You're going to want to go to the back. So after you do that, you're going to want to go to the back of this this structure right here, and you're going to want to go to the bottom being, I mean, right here. And you're going to want to go build a line going across, that's right next to your bottom line of hoppers. And you're going to want comparators coming out of all of those. Okay, and those comparators are going to go into some redstone dust, and we're going to bring that redstone dust down. And finally, the only thing we're going to do is go below here and have a line of repeaters. Alright, so now once you have a space cleared out, you see I dug a big space right there. We're going to get out our wool, or whatever block you have on hand, and we're going to drop down one like that. So you see I have 3 blocks. You have, or 4 I guess, repeater, redstone line of dust, and then you have more redstone, and then you drop down 1 block, okay? And this right here, we're going to extend all the way across to right here, to where your other stuff is. And those are all going to have repeaters running out of them. Okay, and then the final step before we get into anything too complicated with the hoppers and the items and stuff, you're going to want one line of blocks coming out from the repeaters, so like that. I want those running all the way over here, and then we're going to take out this line right here. We're going to take out all of this, and what we're actually going to put here is torches all the way over there, and those repeaters should be running into those torches. What you have right now is 3 line of hoppers, and they're all facing away from the input chest, which is over there. You got 1 line facing that way, 2 line facing that way, and then underneath that you have them finally facing into the chest. And then you have comparators hooked up. We actually don't need this line right here. And what you have there is comparators coming out of the middle line. Redstone dust, drop down 1 more redstone dust. Drop down to the right, we have repeaters, and then over here, finally, we have redstone torches. Alright guys, right here we have every single thing that a piglin can drop if you give them gold. The quantity of this varies, and what they give you varies. So they can give you like 1 piece of gravel, or they can give you many pieces of leather. So as you can see, some of this stuff is valuable, some of this stuff really isn't. Like to me, warp, nylium, gravel, that's not really valuable. Maybe if you're making concrete, it would be. Flint, mushrooms, rotten flesh, definitely not. But you got some stuff here that you might want to organize. You got soul stand, soul speed, soul soil. You got obsidian, magma cream, you can craft magma blocks, fire charges, glowstone. I mean, yeah, glowstone. You can these 2, the warped fungus and the crimson fungus. You can bone meal them up to make trees. Shroom lights are great for lighting, and leather. Leather is just great for a lot of stuff. You want leather armor, you want an item frame, books. Nether brick, I guess we'll add nether brick, and the big one, or one of the big ones which I actually forgot is actually quartz. They can give you quartz. Now they can't actually give you quartz blocks. They can give you nether quartz, so the actual quartz item, which is really helpful because that gives you a renewable resource of repeaters and different redstone components, which is fantastic. So we're going to take all of these, and we're going to put them into here, so that we can organize them. So what we're going to do is come to the middle one right here. The middle one being the middle row of hoppers. Okay, now that we have all of the items that the piglins can drop, we can come to the middle row of hoppers right here, and we're going to go to the last hopper. We're going to grab some obsidian. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's a total of 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Now, if they're 23, that's going to shoot a redstone signal right here. Turn this hopper off, turn this hopper on, I guess, and start feeding into this chest. So we have effectively made a sorting system. Pat yourself on the back for making this sorting system. Nice job. And then we can go across and do that. Do the same things. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's so slow. Everybody's so sand. Next, we will do fire charges. 1. We'll do magma cream. Also, we have my YouTube channel if you want the full review. What did you do? Glowstone. Next, we'll do quartz. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we'll do nether brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do nether quartz. Oh, wait, nether quartz, sorry. We'll do crimson feathers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do warp on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we have 2 more spaces, right? Yeah, we'll do warp melon and gravel.
Alright guys, everything is in place, and I also labeled all of these chests so you know what's gonna be in which. Okay guys, for the automated sorting system, that is it. That's it for the entire farm. Now we get to actually test it out, which I am super excited about. I don't know about you, but now we get to actually see if this thing works. Spawn the piglins in here. That's a pig. I'm an idiot. That's not a... It can get out. Okay, that's good. Go. Yeah, okay. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Pop them into there. I'm also thinking we'll expand this glass up a little bit, just so the item doesn't, you know, get launched out of existence into lava or you know wherever. All right, everyone's in place. I'm excited to start off this chain. We're actually going to need to first just pop a ton of gold into here. Start picking that up. Start dispersing it amongst all the pigmen. And to make it easy, we can actually, you know, put a couple of chests. We can have hoppers feed it. We can have one chest right here, and then a hopper feeding into a bunch of chests. But for now, we're just gonna have the one chest. All right, guys. Slight mistake I made. We do have to have this minecart going back and forth, or else the system's gonna get clogged up, and we don't want that. So to start this whole chain reaction thing off. You're gonna want to chuck a piece of gold, and you're gonna want to chuck it like kind of at their head on top of them. You don't want to chuck it like over there. That it needs to go to them like that. I take a few tries. There, you can see it kind of bounced. It kind of bounced off of there, if that makes sense. But now I was expecting the little gold piece, then you just drop a piece of gravel in there, and it just shot out. And that makes me so happy, guys, that it actually works. That is so cool. And then he chucks pieces of obsidian into there, and then he picks it up, and then it works. Yes, that is, guys, it just makes me feel so happy. And then he chucks it to there, and then he picks it up. Yes! Alright, now we just have to do, I really thought if that was gonna, throw a piece of gold, and it was just gonna go into the hopper. That is gonna happen sometimes, honestly, that is gonna happen, but you can see, it works. So now I can see it is going to take some time. It is falling to the hopper while I'm, like, tossing it to him. But I think the trick is to, like, kind of bounce it. Yeah, you want to kind of, like, bounce it off. So I'm gonna aim it, like, at the... You want to aim it, like, at the glass. At the glass, like, in front of them. And then it's going to go to them. Alright, guys, that's going to do it all for today, guys. You can see that we did have a little mishap over my shoulder. You can see something with the sorting system. It was the way I placed... the leather items. Unfortunate, but it still works. The design still works if you use it for the other items and actually put the items in correctly, unlike me. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. As always, stay cool, guys.